This is the start of the unabridged after hours that I will keep open for God knows how long.
Oh,
This is the time for us to get to know each other, let our hair down if you have any, pull the
uh,
pencils out of your heads. And with that, I am going to be on my earbud, but I have got to go inside. I got to take care of my diabetic cat. Got a glucose reading I got to do, and I have to give him a shot and get him fed along with the other four cats and keep them all segregated while they're eating. So I will be listening, but I will be muted. So Cade, if we can go back to you on your on that burl and just talk more about the process of what you're going to be doing to seal everything up with the resin, that would be great. Um,
okay. I can do that. I also
okay.
forgot to show you that tool. So I'll show you that tool I got for, I'll do that now so you can see it quick before you run off for the cat.
Okay.
I
Right
got
on.
this, I got this for my birthday and it's a little Zeke saw. This is the 6 inch. You can also get it in an 8 inch. It comes
Sorry,
with,
Cade, we can't
Okay.
see
Put it in the
anything.
camera.
I
We're looking
know,
at your
the
laser bed.
suspense is
Oh.
killing you. I haven't showed it yet.
Ah.
Who's
You
running this
dog.
show?
All right. So this is the little chainsaw thing I have. I got for my birthday. Wife thought it would be good for the trailer. I thought it would be great for my workshop.
Hell yeah.
So all in all, it's for my workshop. It came with 2 batteries. It came with gloves. It came with an oil drip thing. This is an oilless chainsaw. You can lubricate it, but you don't have to fill it with chainsaw oil and lube and all that messy stuff. Um, what else? It has a
How
safety.
how well does it work?
Oh,
Because
it
I've
works.
seen these and several people have them that I know, but nobody's actually given me an assessment.
Yeah, I know. Well, when I had this on the lathe, I had a couple pieces that were slightly out around, not quite balanced the best. And sugar maple burl isn't the softest burl around. It's up there close to rock maple burl, so it's pretty hard stuff. This had no problem cutting through it, cut it like butter. I had everything mounted on my lathe, turned my lathe on. I saw it wasn't quite in balance. Yeah, no, I didn't touch this to the burl while my lathe was running. I then shut my lathe off and then I locked it in different points and I was able to trim around that burl to make it more balanced. And it was great. This is the 6 inch version. There's an 8 inch version. I don't know who they are, what they are, where you get them. I could ask my wife, but it's just a great product. I don't sell it by any means. So I'm too busy to
Outstanding.
do that.
I see
But it
this. I see this on Amazon. The 6 inch version is $60.
really? Okay, cool. Probably a better
All right.
price in America than here. But
All right.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go on mute.
I found it for $40.
yeah, and it
Yeah,
works
there's
great.
one on Temu for 47 or something like that.
Came with
Amazon
this little
Fresh is 40.
case.
Yeah.
So where
The
did you get yours
case.
at? Where did you get yours at, Joaquin?
Oh, I'm just looking at it like you. I just see it on Amazon for $40.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Everything.
came with manual
Place.
safety glasses,
Yeah, that.
extra glove, screwdriver to adjust. Came with 2 batteries, lube, so oil uh, container, so you can be precise lubrication if you want to, but it's not needed. Your charger. It also came with an extra chain. So I mean, when
Wow.
this one's rough, I can throw this on while I sharpen this. No problem at all. I mean, it's totally worth the 50, $60. I mean, the price might be fooled and it's like, oh, that's cheap. I don't know about that, but I mean, this thing worked great on sugar maple burl like butter. I can cut a piece of wood if you want to see. Um, but it won't be something massive. It'll be something I can hold with one hand and cut with the other.
No, I think your recommendation is probably good enough if you don't want to go there, but it's up to you.
Sure. Let's have a little fun. I'll find a piece down here under my burl shavings. I have this guy. Sure. I'll actually hold it. Actually, no, I'm not gonna hold it.
Good. Please clamp it.
I wouldn't recommend holding a piece of wood in your hand and chainsawing it.
I have the 18-volt version in Ryobi, and it works great.
So we'll be a little safer here. Yeah, Ryobi, I think, makes one too.
Yeah, they're a little more expensive though.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I got a birthday coming up.
Right? I know. That's what I thought. I think it was from my in-laws,
Yeah.
my wife's parents. So
Well, that'd be great. Just trimming your trees, the branches.
yeah, and that's what they thought it would be perfect for, because I mean, I have trees and lilac bushes and all kinds of stuff at the trailer in our garden.
Yeah.
I mean, I can take it back and forth. I think I'm actually going to buy the 8-inch too. So here we are. It has a safety lock, so you can't accidentally push the trigger. This actually moves away. So when you're doing branches and brush or trimming bushes, that is your safety guard, and that will move away as you're cutting through it. I have the safety on, so I wouldn't do that without the safety on. Now the safety's off.
All right.
That cuts pretty good, eh?
Yeah, I've had a couple of situations where I had to use big electric chainsaw on something on the lathe. That is going to be great.
And that is a 2-inch by 2-inch, just a milled up piece of cherry. That's actually from one of those cherry wood slabs. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't cut it all up. I saved a walnut piece, beautiful walnut piece. It was 3 inches thick, 2 feet wide, 8 feet long. And I'm going to make that piece into a table. But the other ones I sort of created smaller stock that less time consuming and quicker turnaround. So that was cherry, and that cut like butter. There's the yeah. There it
Hey
is
guys,
there.
don't try to sharpen your blades on those. Just order new ones. They're less than $3-4 a piece.
Oh, okay, that's good. Good.
I
Good
ordered
tip.
10 for myself. Best thing you can do with your clothes on, those little handy things.
Little bit of shavings from work. Let's see. It's busy shop. It's daily.
Kato's hairpins are absolutely gorgeous.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, they're fun to do. With the different pieces. And I mean, I love the challenge of duplication. I just like doing it. I like the challenge and the trick of duplication. So it was fun inlaying stuff together. Doing the two-tone mixed media thing. So, and she found me at gallery I was in last October till December, till the end of December. It was a 3-month pop-up at a gallery in Richmond Hill, which is north of Toronto. And it was one of my days to sit, and they came in and they saw my work and my hair sticks and boxes and a couple other different things. And she was hemming and hawing, and I said, I can do custom. So she really started thinking. We chatted more and designed it right then and there, and that was history. So she's ordered a couple already, and it's cool. I think they'll be popular. I haven't
That's a
marketed them
great,
yet.
that's a great connection, a great product. They look really good.
Yeah, thanks. So they're all mortise and tenon connection, and epoxy, because metal and wood bonded together. But it was cool. It was fun. And even though I trimmed off some of that burl, excuse me, I got a good hunk out of it. I got a good couple pieces out of it, so I'm gonna have some nice boxes and inlay material and cast material and finial material and different stuff. Even the piece I cut off on scrap when I was there, he's like, yeah, if you don't want that, we can burn it. I'm like, well, there's a little bit of burl on this side and a little bit of burl on that side. I mean, I can use that. You're not burning that. So he's like, all right, yeah, take it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever I use, I'll throw it, I'll burn it, right? So I just basically milled it off, cut it off, and it's actually sitting in bags, just so it dries slowly as well. I might spalt a couple pieces. But yeah, I'll take them out and show you mine as well. I just have them sitting on the opening of the bag, so you gotta open it from the bottom up. So here's one piece.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice.
Yes.
And the best part. And then there was this piece.
Wow.
And it's not going to be a big bowl. No, it'll be probably a bunch of hollow forms, some boxes, some smaller, bigger profitable things in a whole, because you get so many more out of them rather than one bowl. And then I think so I'm thinking probably boxes and then miniature or micro hollow forms or different things. Now, when I was turning this looked a little hairy. And so did this bark inclusion that I could see light through from here to here.
Yeah.
So slow and steady wins a race on the inside, because we don't need cannonballs flying through the air. I stabilized it with epoxy here and there through the process. 5-minute epoxy, couple dabs here and there. Waited closer to an hour or two before I turned it again. But also another safety insurance premium. I wrapped the whole exterior of this with saran wrap, just in case it did come apart. I would have some sort of parachute. Also, over top of that saran wrap or cling wrap or whatever you call it, Uh, regular old kitchen wrap you put over food or whatever on a plate, or and then over top of that I used, I can't find it. I used tuck tape. That red tuck tape, which is for your ducting. It's airtight, watertight.
Thanks.
It's what they use, and they coat
Oh,
wood or MDF to do the river table or river boards or cast epoxy within self-made MDF boxes. It's all taped with the tuck tape. So, and it held together great. So I showed him pictures and he's so happy about it because he's in the business. He's going to make the vanity and the kitchen accent all the colors and eyes and different dimensions in the burl. So he's doing custom cabinetry, custom drawers, custom faces, custom medicine box, medicine mirror cabinet type thing. So, I mean, I pulled up to his house and I saw his wood shop, and as I pulled up, he was making a door for an old farmhouse, and it was laminated quarter sawn red oak. And yeah, red oak. And it was absolutely beautiful. Then he showed me his kitchen that he just finished redoing in solid butternut. I mean, everything was butternut and chrome. It was absolutely stunning. So, and he got this burl up at his hunting camp, maybe 2 hours, his bear hunting camp that he, about 2 hours north of his place. So, it's a good client to have because he may have clients. Definitely, I've done them before for other clients, but they weren't in the business. So it's almost get them done, do them, satisfy the customer, never hear from them again. But since he's in the business, it could be a good partnership or good acquaintance or a good friendship to have, right? Because if any of his clients or want something turned or custom knobs or custom bowls or sinks or platters or anything that can be made on the lathe, can be done, right? So I actually met him at the archery club. He was walking to his van, walked behind my van, and I have a little sticker on my side window that has my name, wood turner, my logo, email. He's like, "You're a wood turner?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, I got this massive sugar maple burl, blah 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 blah," and the rest was history. So I sent him photos, and he's just absolutely in love. He's getting the materials ready to, and really brainstorming to make that custom cabinetry and vanity that will accent it. So, and he said the hardest choice now will be, now which way do you make facing forwards? Which side do you have at the faucet? Because I mean, there's so many angles that would be absolutely beautiful when you walk into that that bathroom, right? You could have the eyes, you could have so many different things. Oh, there's a little that's the Grinch who stole Christmas right there.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, so
Hey,
many
you
different.
really won't know which side is best until you start finishing it and you put a little oil on it and you see what's what.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because the epoxy and the shiny finish is just going to amplify those eyes and curl and figure and bark inclusions, and I mean all the figuring and feathering from the crotches and the curl and the
Oh,
swirl
yes.
within the burl. I mean, that's going to be dancing when you turn the light on and walk in the bathroom. So it was definitely a beautiful burl because you definitely never know what's going to be in there once you get in there, right? It's like, oh yeah, it's a burl. It looks kind of tumorous, but you never know. It could be plain Jane. It could be spectacular. It could be just full of bark inclusion that it's not safe enough to work with. So it was great. I mean, it did beat me up. It took the latter part of the day. I mean, the outside didn't take much time. I chainsawed it. I drilled the holes. I prepped it all the day before, because I had to fit in shooting practices and stuff. But on the Thursday, I turned it. So the outside took probably 2 hours or so, slow and steady. I did do videos, yeah, and I'll trim them and try and figure out how to show them. Some of them are at spinning on the lathe, balanced. I mean, my lathe's not moving a muscle. And then other is I have a video of me rough turning it out with the camera over here. So you just see my silhouette holding the tool with my little bottom of my respirator. And yeah, it's going to be cool. But the longest part, the most expensive part, is the finishing and the epoxy, and the amount of time it'll take to fill all those voids and do the epoxy coatings and make everything smooth, waterproof, damp proof, and mold proof. But it's worth it. So he's happy with it. I'm going to put it back in the bag.
Yeah, unplug it first.
So the first few days I had it sitting like this on a brick on the tenon, not on a brick, probably on a couple pieces of plywood because I don't want it on the concrete. Took it out of the bag, left it for 2 hours. Then I put it back in the bag, left it like this for 3 days on wood off the concrete, also on a box, on a IKEA bag. So it's not all that cold moisture coming through the concrete. It is bagged and tied at the top, but when I put it on the ground, that knot is at the bottom and the bag is ballooned. So all that moisture gets up, evaporates, condensates on the bag. Take it out of the bag, flip this inside out, let it sit for a few hours, do the same process again until it's a lot lighter. And then I'll do the finishing in the process. But the epoxy will all be done on my lathe like this part of the epoxy. It will have to be moved every time so it is flat and level, so all the epoxy can go down into those voids, so I don't have air pockets. And I'll do that. Really, the only one that will be mounted on the lathe or on my rotisserie motor will be when I do the final epoxy finish across the outside and the inside, so it will self-level. But everything else will be manipulated so slightly flat to fill all these different voids. And it's 3/4 inch thick, maybe 7/8 at the bottom because I still need to take off the tenon, allow for minimal warpage. I mean, burls usually don't warp much, but they can if they have huge bark inclusions. But he wanted it a little thicker. I mean, something like this, it has to be durable through the rigors of time, last the time of the home ownership or the house. So you want something a little beefier and thicker. It also showcases and frames the grain nicely. Obviously, I wouldn't do a sink that would be 1/8 inch thick like my box is, but of course, it's always dependent on what it is and what it's used for when we make our stuff. Also, I wanted a heavier base, so it sits on the table nicely. And I also have to still take into account minimal warpage, removing the tenon, cutting the recess for the drip flange, and the hole for the piping. So it will be very close to the exact same once it's all done. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, there would just be any questions or throw her back in the bag.
I'm back. Very good explanation on things from what I could hear. There was a lot of stuff I could have chimed in on, but I've already forgotten about. So, great explanation on everything that you did there, Kate. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no
Once
problem.
you get the final piece done, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be really nice. So
Yeah, there's maple burrow sink basins or something else when they're done right. A lot of people, they get that center drain hole drilled off center, and they turn it, when it's too wet and it becomes oblong, and they just look like crap, and then they wind up over framing the edge on the vanity to do away with the outer round on the rim of the basin. So looks like you got a good start there.
yep, nice. There. And then that'll sit for another day or two.
Right. Gary, where was Howard at tonight? I didn't hear him or see him in.
He was here. He just didn't speak up after the meeting.
Oh, okay.
Or during show and tell, he didn't.
Yeah, because I know he made a couple pieces, or at least it seems like I saw a couple pieces.
Yeah, he
Posted
put
online.
some on. He put some on the web on the Facebook page.
Right.
I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. He was eating some kind of ice cream at one point in time during the
Yeah.
demos.
Eating ice cream. There's a joke. There's a political joke behind that coming.
Oh yes.
But I'm going to refrain from it.
Yeah, we'll leave politics out for another few weeks.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Well,
crap.
maybe not. It is after hours, so it's no holds barred.
Uh,
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, so it's
What are we doing here?
all good.
I know we're looking at various and sundry different people. I think I'm going to cut out for the night, everyone. Thanks. It's been a great meeting.
All right, Matt. Thank you.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week, if not before.
Right on.
Sounds good.
Night, Matt.
Take care.
Yeah, you too.
See you later, buddy. Sure, you still outside or you inside now?
Who?
Sue.
Oh,
Hell no. Mosquitoes are state bird. I'm inside. I'm in my patio.
Oh, okay. There you go.
mosquitoes, black flies getting bad, or horse flies?
We don't have too much trouble with horse flies. We have greenheads and mosquitoes, but where I am, it's definitely
Ooh.
mosquitoes.
Oh, that
What are
sucks.
greenhead? I'll have to look those up.
Greenheads
a
hurt
deer.
like a bit.
Ain't they like a deer fly?
Worse.
Very much so,
Yeah,
but they
Worse.
hurt like hell.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
yeah. Our horse
Well, I
flies
remember
and deer
deer flies
flies, I mean, they'll
suck.
take a good chunk out of you.
Right?
Sorry, go
You
ahead,
bleed.
Dane.
You definitely bleed when you're bit.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
used to tie fishing line on the heads or on the bodies of a horsefly and pluck his head off as a kid.
Oh shit.
Damn things.
No,
Good
I can
bluegill
only use
bait.
lures. Can't use live shit on a hook. My husband has to bait a hook. I use lures.
Yeah, okay. Hey, there's nothing
Chicken.
wrong with lures. I'm bass fishing. That's all I use is lures.
Sure.
And even bluegill, because you get tired of catching them on worms. You
Mhm.
can use little poppers. You know how you can make them out of pork. Put a hook
Oh,
in there.
I love
Yeah.
pumpers right on the top of the surf. Yep. Love
Yep.
peppers.
Little
At
number
dusk.
4 hook. Giddy up.
At dusk. Yeah, I'm slapping mosquitoes while I'm casting.
Right? Yeah, hell yeah. Right. Being careful not to spill your drink. Shit.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
That's the important thing right there.
Sure.
So we got 20 folks left on here. Let me
Sweet.
cruise, see all who's here.
I think I'm the only woman left. Y'all mind if I hang?
No,
I'm
not at
still
all.
Here
You
too.
gotta count yourself twice, Dane.
You're not the only woman.
Nope.
Oh, I'm not.
Todd Hampton.
All right.
He appears. You got a zinger in on me
Oh.
before I got one in on you.
I've been here, just been quiet.
Yeah, you have been quiet. It's
Where's
been
Brian?
nice.
Thank you.
Right back at you, brother.
I heard that out there, came back laughing.
All right. Feel like Billy Bob Thornton right now. I'm missing my biscuits and mustard to go with my sausage.
You know what Kig said in the
Swing
chat when
blade.
he called me? You guys didn't see it.
What?
What did he say?
He called me sweet cheeks.
I know, I saw he was blushing too.
Ah,
Just-
I don't know where that came from, but that's what he put in there. Said,
Just, hey, how you doing? I know
how you doing, sweet cheeks?
it. Long time.
yeah. Why you got Sweetie in your name for, Scott?
That's sweaty, not sweetie. Learn that. You gotta learn that. There's an A in there, buddy.
Sweaty. Like sweaty.
Sweaty.
Man, I'm 8
Sweetie.
beers deep. I don't give a shit right now.
It's 105. It's 100 degrees in my shop. 105 outside.
Well, yeah. Imagine how hot it is here in my shop.
80.
It's no, it's not air controlled. You know, at lunchtime, my wife wants me to come in and eat with her, and I tell her, because I'll grab my lunch and then I'll come out here and eat here at the bench, you know, where I'm sitting at right now. And Tina will go, "How come you don't want to eat with me?" I go, "It's not because I don't want to eat with you. It's if I sit inside, I get used to the air conditioning. Then when I come back out here, you know, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, where it's, you know, it's 110, 100, 115 degrees outside. Inside here, it's pushing 100, 105 degrees. And if I get used to the AC, then I come out here and it's just too much. It just takes a
Oh,
toll
yeah.
on me.
Yeah, it's just like going into a grocery store or something when it's really hot outside. And you,
Yeah, you immediately start
Oh,
sweating.
God. You walk outside, all of a sudden it hits you like you're walking into an oven. It's like, whoa, what
Right.
the hell?
Yeah.
It's been raining up here for days. We're getting the tail end of that.
Yeah, I saw
Storm?
that. Y'all getting good rain up there. Y'all
It's
been
great.
getting, well, that whole area up there has been getting serious downfall and overflow from the rivers.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I'm actually going to Ottawa this week for a big 3D archery shoot that's going on. And I mean, we all camp on site and stuff, and they warned us that it's been raining all week there. So they're like, bring your hunting boots or your Crocs or your sandals or your waist waders, or so it'll be up to our waist in water shooting bows and
Oh, wow.
in the swamp at targets. It'll be fun. The targets will be floating probably.
Right.
But
Hey, back on your hair sticks. How did you attach the brass to the wood at the bottom?
epoxy, mortise and tenon.
Okay, I thought that's what you would have done was mortise and tenon. Right on. That's funny. I started the show with hair sticks, and you finished the show with hair sticks.
Perfect.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I missed the beginning. I had to get to the range there, and I had a couple students, so but one canceled, so I got home early. I got on
Oh,
early
okay.
and home in time, so
Right.
Usually I'm just getting home now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right about now you're driving through McDonald's getting a Happy Meal.
Yeah, getting my McDoubles. McDouble meal with an extra McDouble. So
Yeah. Well, Scott, I see where California is now paying their McDonald's employees $20 an hour.
that's crazy.
Yep,
So
whole
what's the
state of
price of food
California,
then?
all fast food workers get $20 an hour. So what do the fast food businesses do? They cut the hours of the employees.
Yeah, so they're all part-time. They don't need
Well, they were part-time to begin with, you know.
yeah,
It's a
crazy.
part-time job. Fast food is a part-time job.
Pretty much.
You know, and then the billionaires that, you know, the large company like Pantera Bread. So Pantera's, I'll use them as a readily available example. If you make bread or bake bread within your organization, you don't have to pay $20 an hour for fast food service. So your bagel, wherever you get your bagels at, Epstein's or Burger's Bagel or whatever, or Pantera Bread or Beyond Bread, they're all excluded because of this little law that was written into the back end of the $20 an hour for all fast food folks. Just crazy. California, man. Only in California. Gotta love it.
Do they have signs at the burgers that make? Do they have signs on the burgers when you go through drive-through that say may cause cancer?
I don't know. Scott, does
They seem to have that on everything else.
yeah, Prop 65. Hampton, you there? He's probably off freaking eating.
He's probably off eating.
And right? Hampton, where you at?
Could be anything. It's probably in the water for the food.
He's off getting a hold of himself. Let's see. Dave's still on here.
Still got daylight there.
Yeah. Oh,
I was thinking the same thing. It's daylight still there.
well, it would be what?
Yeah, it's still daylight where I'm at.
It's only 8 o'clock in California.
It's more than that. It's like 7. Oh no, it's
quarter of
almost
11
11.
here in Jersey.
Quarter of 8.
No, it's 7:44 in California and Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
44 in Jersey.
Cade,
Yeah,
you're
it's
on the
late for
wrong
y'all.
end of the coast.
Well, yeah, that's
That's
what
why
I
I'm-
said. It was 7 something. It wasn't 8 something. Because
Right.
they're
It's a quarter
3
till
hours
8.
behind me. It's 10:45 here. So
Which is also why I keep the meeting open, you know, for so long, because it's not that late for me. I don't know if I'd be able to do it if I was on Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, you
do
would.
what?
I'm sure I would, you know, it's
Right, Carl?
wouldn't
You-
make a
And
difference.
3 hours ahead of you too, Dane, right?
Holy
Yeah.
hell, you missed it, Scott. Carl was getting zingers in at the very beginning of the program when I opened it up. He got one
On
in
who?
on Wayne, I think. Got one in on me, I know.
I was working on our teaser when you started the meeting.
Uh-oh.
Did
Hey,
you drop
Scott.
it? I missed it.
No, I was
Oh, you didn't put-
working on phone calls about our teaser.
Oh, right on. Yep. Yeah, so I let everybody know in the coming days here. So we're gonna do it on Monday evening. Did you let JJ know
Yeah, he said after 7 o'clock, please.
his time?
His time.
Yep. Okay, yeah, no problem.
He said he'd send you a message tomorrow letting you know what time exactly after 7.
Okay, right on. Cool.
Hey, Scott, I was looking for M2 round stock
1/2 inch. And looking on Amazon, they want for 12-inch length, 50 to 60 bucks.
That's too much.
That's
Yeah,
what
it
I
is.
thought.
Wow.
And you
Heck,
live in Atlantic City, there's gotta be a steel
Right.
dealer somewhere. You're
Yep.
close enough to the shipyards, there's gotta be somebody that deals in round bar steel that you can go get it cheaper than that.
Yeah, or a machine shop.
Carl, there's somebody outside of Hamilton area.
Okay.
When I can think of the name, I'll let you know. I'll text you. But they
You
have, it's open to the public, length and whatever.
You got Fazio's in Glassboro. They deal in steel.
That's right, Fazio's.
Faz-
Thank you.
Fazio?
What's a reasonable
The
price
restaurant.
for a 12-inch, Scott?
I don't know, I don't buy M2. I buy 01 because it's easier to work and then I harden it.
Yeah,
Yep.
same. Yeah, same.
M2,
What do you want to use it for, Carl?
Watching last week, Martin's
Skew.
presentation with that. It looked very interesting.
Martin, who? Clarkson did a
Martin
demo?
Clarkson with his round bar
Oh.
skew.
Oh, cool, yeah.
see if you can find if you're gonna pay
Yeah.
that kind of price for it, Carl, you can buy one from Richard Finley cheaper than that.
I
Already
wasn't
made
going
up.
to pay that price. That's why I was asking.
Well, I mean, his comes
Right.
with a handle, it's already made, ground, and you don't have to do any work to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sharp.
doesn't he sell it? Doesn't he sell it without the handle too?
I haven't found it that way, but if you
Yeah.
talk to him, you might.
Yeah,
Because
right.
they come through Crown, so Crown is putting their handles on them.
Right.
No, they come through, I think they come through, not Crown.
Yeah, he's not with Axminster, he's with Crown.
Yeah, he is with Crown.
He's with
Not
Crown.
Ashley Isles?
No, he's not with Ashley either.
No.
No, Ashley Isles. They make tools in England. That's who I bought it off. That's why I bought the round bar stock tools off.
Yeah, Finley is going with Crown
Crown, yeah.
signature.
Cool.
But yeah, Carl, buy 01 and then harden it. It'll be easier for you to
Yeah,
grind the
otherwise-
angles on it.
Yeah.
And you can make it as hard as M2.
Yeah, you can get a 36-inch, half-inch round for $35, $40 for 01 off
Yeah.
online.
And
I
it'll
think
get,
that's what I paid for mine. It's around $35.
you can heat it with a propane torch enough to get it. All you gotta do is heat it so it's not magnetic and then cool it in oil and it'll be hard enough you can grind it on your CBN wheel after you sharpen it. Shape
Or
it.
put salt on it when the salt melts.
Yep.
It's at that temperature, and then dip it in vegetable oil or
What? Yeah. it's
hydraulic oil, motor oil, whichever. Not
Yep.
water.
Not what? Don't put it in water. You'll crack it.
Yeah, you'll make so many internal fissures in that steel.
Yep.
And when
But
you
make
start
sure you
grinding, you'll have little.
shape your shape first before you harden it. You grind all your angles. Don't sharpen it, just shape it, get it close, and then after you harden it, then you sharpen it.
Yeah.
How much of the tool do you heat? The whole thing?
Well, depending upon how far you're going to have for that skew, you're only going to have 7 inches max. And then out of that 7 inches, you're only going to get 3.5, 4 inches of usable
Steel.
skew material. So just the first 3 to 4 inches is perfectly fine.
Yep.
And you
3
heat it
inches
Well,
until
you
is
it
more
can-
turns,
than enough.
you heat it
You can
until it
sharpen
turns
them right
straw
down to
color.
like 2 inches long.
Yeah, but for what he
And they're
wants
all
to do
the
with it, he
same.
doesn't want it that short.
Yeah, they all work the same. Same length,
Right.
longer, shorter, round stock, square stock, rectangular stock. They're all used the same.
And you can always, if you run out of the heat treated part of it, you can always reheat it up and then re-soak it
Right.
in oil. You can always keep
Sure.
running that heat back or that hardness back.
And then
Yep.
for
Okay.
the amount of metal going into the handle, you don't, 2 inches is the max amount you need in that handle.
I got one off Ashley Isles when I was there at the last symposium, and that's where Martin got his off before. So I guess he switched over. That's
I think he's in Hungary now. If
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
he's in Hungary. I
the
just
next
talked to him a little while ago.
month.
here it is, right here.
I think you can still buy those round bar ones from Ashley Isles, but I don't know anybody in the States that handles Ashley Isles.
No,
Yep.
But you can, yeah, I think you can order round bar from
We're okay.
D-Way Tools unsharpened, I believe.
from
Right,
where?
Dee? From D-Way? I
Oh,
think you can
okay.
order just blanks from D-Way, just round bar blanks.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
and
Those
you
are-
can make them and sharpen them yourself. You could go to a regular old steel store and
Yeah,
buy a
that's what-
high-speed steel rod.
yeah,
Yeah.
D-Way would be M42 steel.
Yep, that would be M2. Yep.
But I don't like
M2
it.
M2 is hard to work with if you got to shape it.
I'm not a fan of it. I go back to my same old rectangular one, but I mean, that's what I know.
Yeah, but he's gonna sharpen his more like a Russian knife. He wants to follow what Martin did to his, that steep 45-degree angle.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know he does quite a steep angle there. His is
Yeah,
are
yeah,
almost like
which eliminates the presentation of 30 to 45 degree max presentation.
I have some somewhere. They're really long, like a spear.
You have a Russian knife, don't you, Cade?
Yep, yeah, I have a Russian knife. It's good. It's fun. It's fun to play with, but I still like my good old.
Well, that's because that's what you're used to, Cade. I mean, that's what you
Yeah.
use every day.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true. But the other ones are good to play with and have fun with, and I mean they're all used the same. It's just whether you like whatever.
Yeah, it's all on the presentation and being
Yeah.
able to cut uphill and
It's all
whatnot with,
Whitburn preference, because you can cut
Yeah.
uphill with a regular one. You can cut uphill with a scraper or just put it on its side like a skew.
sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Even
That's
a
all on the
spade.
presentation. Reading the grain.
You could take a garden spade, put a blade on that, present it at a skew angle, and you'd be off to the races. I wouldn't
Right.
recommend it, but that would just be like a to show that you could do it if you present it correctly. But if you do it wrong, you're taking that in the stomach.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna bring my axe.
Yeah, you could do it with an axe.
I'm
You could
gonna
do it with a
do it with my
jackknife.
axe.
I watched a guy do it with an axe on a pole lathe,
Yeah,
foot
Yeah,
pole
same.
lathe.
I did it with my jackknife at
So I'll do it with my axe.
with this guy.
And you can turn wood with that.
Yeah, I have one of those. A tactical axe.
Yes. Just in case somebody breaks in while I'm in here. At the lathe before I can get to the sidearm.
Let's hope they don't get close enough where you need to use that.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope, but we've got, we got the Mexican highway back here, so they do peruse through on their way up to the northeast.
And
Sanctuary,
on the way up to Canada.
wonderful cities up there. Yeah, they're sliding over up there too. They're following the Oneida cigarette smuggling trail.
I watched 3 of them get arrested last week.
Yeah, that's always fun.
That's always
That's
fun.
hilarious, actually.
It was kind of good, actually. One of them decided to run from the drug dog. That was really stupid.
That's hilarious. Rip
Oh,
his
did
arm off.
that dog really nailed him good. He had bruises
yeah.
before the ambulance even got there to tend to him.
That's fast food.
What, Steven?
I said that's fast food for the dog.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and
it
he didn't
is.
let go either. That
It's like a
handler
toy.
was talking to him in German, and he wasn't letting go.
Yeah.
Of course, it didn't help that the guy poked the dog, poked at his eyes and made him mad, madder.
God, yeah, I forget that kill command that's in German for him.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I bet you,
Now I
I
gotta
bet
look
you
it
that dog didn't take 10 strides and jumped on that guy. Grabbed him right in the
Right.
back of the arm,
Right in the tricep?
right in the tricep.
That'd be
That
tender.
was the first bite. The guy reached around and grabbed him by the neck, and the dog let go, and the next one was in his mid thigh, and he didn't let go when he grabbed a hold of that thigh. He had that puppy.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
missed the jewels.
Not by much.
That's a thing of beauty.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, it sure is, Steven.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Yeah.
And they had it coming because we'd been watching them for a week or better, doing drug deals every day at the end of the road.
Oh, wow.
I think they thought they weren't being watched, but they were being watched a lot more than they thought.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, I'm going to stop recording now.